Hey guys, I'm Kelsey. This is Rachel. We're your best boxing friends. And as your best boxing friends, or at least I'm kind of disturbed by the trend in boxing where pay-per-view prices are getting so outrageously high. Here's an example. I love Manny Pacquiao. Rachel, do you love Manny Pacquiao? We love Manny Pacquiao. But why do we have to pay $75 to watch Manny Pacquiao fight Adrien Broner in a fight everybody knows Pacquiao's going to win?
Right.
I don't understand that, especially if you juxtapose boxing pay-per-view prices up against UFC pay-per-view prices.
Okay.
And I'm saying UFC is $65. We're just going to talk in terms of HD here because nobody's buying standard definition, right? $65 versus $75. We paid $85 for Canelo Alvarez versus Danny Golovkin, the second fight. I think Mayweather Pacquiao was like $100.
Yeah.
When did this start? Why do they keep gouging us? Why are they gouging us, Rachel?
Because they can?
Can they? Should they?
I guess it's just all numbers, right? And so there is a point where you charge too much and a point where you charge too little, and the market tells you like what that number is, right?
Yeah, and I guess from that perspective, boxing is purely market driven. So I'm sure they have guys running numbers that say, this is how much we can, this is the price point where we foresee that we'll make the most money as possible for the promotion, and that's the most important thing to them.
Yeah.
But
That's what I would hope. I would hope they have somebody.
Yeah, if you don't, if you watch the show and you're in the business, then hire me. I'll figure it out. It can't be that hard. That's basic data
Don't
analysis.
hire me. I can't do that.
Don't hire Rachel. She's not going to be good at that. But still, even if that's the case, and that's probably the case, wouldn't it be a good idea if you're the sport of boxing to be like, you know what? Maybe we make a small percentage less money and make this fight available to more homes, more people, because in the long run, for the next pay-per-view fight, and the next one, my audience can potentially grow.
Yeah, yeah. So you might look at, I think there's different like baseball stadiums that do something similar. So when you go to some, get
Are you
tickets.
Talking about, what's it called? It's called dynamic pricing. Are you talking about dynamic pricing?
I don't know. I just know that there's some baseball parks where they intentionally are like, hey, we have some lower priced seating.
Right.
We have lower priced food. You can bring food in because we want the community to be part of this. And then I know that there's some other ballparks where
don't do that.
They do not do that at all. Like,
can you name a team that does that?
Well, I think it was the Texas Rangers.
The Texas Rangers do that because they know the Texas Rangers love their fans. We're Texas Rangers fans. You know who doesn't do that? The Houston Astros. Okay, let's not get into all that.
But I'm just saying there is a precedent for doing that and building community, and with boxing being a niche sport, yeah, it might be worthwhile to think about your fans.
Oh my gosh, you just gave me a great idea. That's what boxing needs. Boxing needs community builders, people that will build the boxing community. And what we have now is, because in UFC, by its design, is a community. And so everything they do to build the UFC builds that community. But in boxing, and I know there's Bellator and stuff, but UFC is the main mixed martial arts platform. In boxing, you've got Top Rank, and you've got Golden Boy Promotions, and you've got Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing, you've got all these different competing places with all these different TV networks, and they're worried about their own little stake, right? So they don't really make decisions based on what's best for boxing. We see that all the time because we don't get the fights that we want, right? We don't get Earl Spence versus Terrence Crawford. We get Terrence Crawford versus Amir Khan, and Earl Spence versus Mikey Garcia because that's best for these two. How do we get that community? And if we can't get that community, Rachel, how do we get a lower price point without sacrificing our beloved HD?
What do you mean, how?
I don't know, Rachel. I'm going to solve the issue right here, right now. I hate to put you on the spot, but you're going to need to figure it out.
We just beg. We're like, pretty please.
Please.
Think of your boxing fans and families, and do you want to grow the sport?
Think of little boxing babies.
Yeah.
They got little tiny gloves on.
It's really hard to gain new fans too when your price point is really high.
Yeah, I don't understand, especially like Manny Pacquiao. If you were a community builder, you'd be like, man. First of all, if you're a community builder, you'd be like, Manny Pacquiao. We need to put him on Showtime, regular Showtime, right? Or,
yeah. Well, it kind of reminds me of what like the WWE does, in that they bring back their veteran fighters, and what they do is they spend their time putting new guys over.
Yeah,
is what it's called. So like you'll notice that like John Cena came back for like
to put
a
Roman
few
Reigns
months
over.
to just do that, to
To
put guys
mentor
over.
Roman, kind
yeah,
of, and put him over.
But and not just him, he did it like every week with
Hulk
a new
Hogan
guy.
did that numerous times with
The
the
Big
Ultimate
Show
Warrior.
does that now.
Yeah.
Right now Randy Orton's kind of on the cusp of like where now he's doing that. Just interesting because Manny Pacquiao definitely is in the twilight of his career. And so, yeah, he could be used to build the boxing fan base, the community, but
he's not gonna be. So it's a shame. You know, obviously we're gonna buy the fight because and if you're watching the show, you're probably gonna buy the fight because you're a boxing fan, right?
Yeah.
But the point is that for boxing to thrive and grow and become all it can be, I think they're gonna really need to look at these price points, and especially because you have such a similar thing that you can judge against. If you have UFC pay-per-view fight, and the UFC pay-per-view fight between Conor McGregor and Khabib, that was also $65. They don't ratchet them up and down, and I think it's because they're smart about building community, right? They want as many eyeballs and many fans as possible. I really hope boxing can do that in the future. In the meantime, I think minimally people should be liking, commenting, and subscribing to Real Talking with Kelsey Rachel because we're your best boxing friends. She's your best boxing friend. I'm your best boxing friend. We got 2 dogs that you never see on camera, but they're always in the room. They're your friends too.
They're too short.
And they're hairy. That was just extra information.
I'm hairy too.
Well, we're technically all mammals. Yeah.
Referencing my big hair in our last video.
Yesterday, your hair was in rare form. It was like
shocking.
It was like art almost, which neither one of us noticed.
We didn't notice
until
when
we saw it on
came
camera.
to sit down, and then Kelsey edits the boxing videos,
And I was
so
like,
he saw it ahead of time, but didn't say anything because it's
that's
already
the kind
done.
of thing you stay away from bringing up, and you let your wife bring it up if she wants to.
And then
if not, you never say a word about it.
Oh, I went to post it. I manage the Instagram account, and so I went to YouTube to get a screenshot, and I was like, ooh.
It was kind of shocking. It didn't look bad or anything. It was just different and really.
And now I'm a little bit fearful as we're talking about this. I'm like, what does my hair look like right now? I'm afraid I'm going to go to do the screenshot again, and it's going to be huge because I haven't washed it since then. Like, it's just been like another day.
Yeah. I think it was in between, like, the before pictures, like, you normal, and then, like, the way after pic is when you stick a fork in the plug, and, like, that was in between there. It wasn't, like, all the way over here.
Right.
But it was awesome. I loved it. I kind of hope you bring it back.
Oh, goodness.